Hey guys, in this video we're going to discuss how to get started with item level inventory tracking using CStorePro. In order to set up item level inventory tracking, there's a few things that you do need to do prior to getting started. First is obviously entering in all the items in CStorePro and making sure that they are actually scanning on your register. This allows CStorePro to know which items are being sold in your store, so it can deduct that from your inventory. Secondly, you have to make sure that you are actually entering in all of your invoices in CStorePro and retailing all of those invoices at the item level, meaning you're entering in how much you're buying for each item and at what cost. This way the system can know what is coming into your store and add it to your inventory at both the item and the cost and retail level. Once those two things are done and you're used to and you're comfortable doing those two things in CStorePro, you can move on and basically get your current on-hand inventory added to CStorePro. To do that is very simple. First, you go into Pricebook, Inventory, and Inventory Adjustment. You can scan the item or find the item and enter in the current inventory count here. You can also upload a file that basically is a CSV file which includes the UPC code, the current inventory on hand. And once you have that file, you can simply upload it into CStorePro. And from that moment on, you can now start tracking your inventory at the item level, and you'll get precise numbers of what's actually happening in your store and what's being sold and what your inventory levels are. Now, one more thing that you want to do when you go to Pricebook, Inventory, Item Mappings. These are mappings that you may need to create. Now, CStorePro already has global mappings available for the most common items such as cigarette, tobacco, sodas, etc. What this allows you to do is basically say that, if you sell one of this item, it equates to 10 of this item. So that if you do sell one, it deducts 10 of this item from your inventory. Or vice versa. If you sell one of this item, it deducts 0.1 from this item from your inventory, so that your inventory is pretty accurate. A good example of this is Coke 12 packs. If you are selling a Coke 12 pack and you're also opening up that 12 pack and selling individual cans, you want to be able to make sure that you are tracking that at the can and at the 12 pack level. That's where this inventory mapping comes in, item mapping comes in. Now, if you want to add a new item, you just basically map it by clicking here, the UPC code and the case code, and then how many units are in that case, and simply go ahead and add that in. Now again, we already have about 2,000-3,000 of these mappings already done on our servers, which the system automatically picks up and detects. There's one more way that you can actually do inventory adjustments as well. You can come into the system, go to Pricebook, Items. You can see what your current inventory on hand is and click on Edit to basically enter in your current inventory and update your current inventory. There's a very popular way in which you can do this very easily and quickly as well. That is by using our mobile app. So here, let me load up the mobile app here so you can see how that works, and it's pretty intuitive. Once you're logged into the mobile app, click on the three lines on the top left, Pricebook, and set inventory count. And at this point, all you have to do is simply scan the item with the camera and enter in what your current quantity on hand is. Update. Right? And now in this particular case, it prompted me, hey, it looks like I already have this record scanned today. What do I want to do? Do I want to add to the existing quantity, or do I want to replace it? So if I made a mistake, I can replace it. If I want to add to the existing quantity, let's say for example I have chips that are on my end cap as well as in my shelves in the side, I can say I want to add this to my existing quantity, and the system will actually add it as well. So that's all you have to do. Just walk around your store with this app and just scan the items and enter in your quantity, and once you're done, you just hit finish, log out, and you're done. So from that moment on, your inventory will start being tracked at the item level, and you can run various reports to get your inventory. And let me show you those reports, right? POS data, reports, and you can look at your item sales, You can also look at your inventory, and you can say you want to look at your current inventory on hand for this department. You can find it by scan code or item name or by vendor, and you can run this report. So it'll tell you what your current inventory on hand is currently at retail and as well as at cost. You can run this report for inventory change over time. This is a very good report as well that tells you what's happening with your inventory. For example, my opening for this item was this much. I sold this much in this period. I had purchased this much, so my sales and my purchase are pretty much accurate. And I did an adjustment, so in this particular case I had done a recent adjustment. So my current inventory on hand, my closing amount is this much. My change in retail and my change in cost is this much. You can print this out, export into Excel, and play with these numbers. You can also look at your current inventory by department as well as current inventory by change by department as well. So if I go into by department, now this numbers may be off because this is a new test site that I set up, but it tells me what my cake at cost and at retail is, and my total at cost and my retail is for all of them, and my percent of my inventory that this department has. So that's pretty much it for the inventory reports. If you want to look at your adjustments or historical adjustments, you can always go into POS data, inventory adjustments, and you can view your past adjustments and when they were made and how much they were made for. That's pretty much it for item level inventory tracking. It's pretty simple. Obviously, you have to just enter in all the items, or basically be selling all the items and scanning them, and also entering them into the system when you're getting them in. Once you do that, it's pretty simple and straightforward. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact CStorePro at 281-265-2245 for further training. Thanks guys, look forward to the next video.